The Amira Show. It's all love. What the hell? What up, everyone? I hope everyone is doing well out there. Quarantine, I know some states, y'all's governors and Trump and everyone's trying to lift it up. Don't fall for it. Stay your ass in the house. Do not fall for it. Happy Friday and welcome to the Amira Show. I have a special guest on the line with me today. We're going to jump in and get to talking about what she does best, and that is focus on waist beads. No, my cat is in here. Go away, you distracted me. Shameful. Before we jump right into it, camera falling and shit. Before we jump right into it, I'm just going to handle a little bit of business. I got to give some shout outs to some partners and people who I collaborate with. I want to start by thanking a witch doctor, Alex. I just reached out to him today. I didn't know this, but he just moved to Louisiana this month. So that's dope. I feel like that's perfect for, his roots. I don't know where he's from. I asked him. He's yet to tell me, but I'm excited he's going to be out there because I can also go visit him. It's way closer to me. So shout out to him. Together we're normalizing the conversation of spirituality, astrology, and hoodoo. I want to give a shout out to the monthly checkup. That is one of my special episodes I have every first Friday of the month. That is with Dr. Jelani and Carmen Mitchell of U of L. They look over PrEP HIV, if y'all are familiar with that. And for our episode, we just talk about the LGBT plus community fighting and being supportive when it comes to HIV. The Black LGBT plus community, to be specific, because we need a little bit more care as usual. So shout out to them. Our episode is actually be coming up next Friday. So I'm excited about that. Got to give a shout out to the Latin Barbie Heaven, which is the Amira Show's official DJ. Or not DJ. Jeez, I am all over the place today. That is the Amira Show's official drag queen, y'all. I bet that bitch can DJ too, though, and she just ain't gonna tell nobody. But love her. That's our Louisville local. Soon, I cannot wait for her to be getting back into painting. You can check her out, practice when she's practicing on Facebook Live, because that's what everyone's trying to do to keep their skills tip top. But shout out to her. Shout out to my official DJ of the Amira Show. That is DJ Samosa. She is responsible for our twerk time mix, and I'm so happy that we have a female on the ones and twos busting this out for us. So keep that in mind. Playlist is on YouTube, so you can go find that on my YouTube channel anytime you just want to twerk to some twerk mixes. You feel me? I got to give a shout out also to FemDrip, my newest collaborator and partner. We are working on some content together. I'm excited. Can't wait till that gets rolling. Make sure y'all stay tuned and look out for that. We'll be letting you know probably via Instagram and things of that nature. Go follow them at fem.drip. Their podcasts usually air on Wednesdays or Fridays. I think I'm wrong there, but you can find them, check them out. They talk about some nice, dope stuff, and I absolutely love them. They're a part of the squadron. And then last but not least, I feel like my spiel, I need to work on it, y'all. It's not as smooth as it usually is. Last but not least, one of my partners and collaborators is with Donna Storey, who I have here with me on the show today. She is who provides me my waist beads, my waist bead plug, the warrior. I cannot wait to definitely get into Donna's head a little bit more when it comes to waist beads, the journey, all, where this all began, all that kind of stuff. Donna, how are you?
I am fantastic and so happy to be here. Thank you for having me for a second time.
Yes, of course. Don't worry. The first time was the intro. This is the real.
Right.
Again, so excited that you're on the show. Thank you for making so many bitches around us dazzle, bedazzle, and glow with their waists all nice and just looking like, whoo.
I know, right?
Snatched, looking like a warrior. I absolutely love it. I would like to, of course, talk a little bit more about you, your business, talk a little bit about the history and things behind Waistbead, some of the purposes and different types and etc. Just have a talk and really lay on the gems for us, because I want as many people as possible on this Waistbead wagon, because why not? But it's also good for us consumers to know why we want to even be on the Waistbead wagon. You feel me?
Right.
So start off by telling us, where you're from and where your business is located.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so I am born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. Ravens Nation all day. The business is primarily online, but eventually we'll be getting a physical. Yeah, eventually we'll be getting a physical location here. But my dream was never to just open a Waistbead shop. It was to kind of open a full circle women's wellness. So
yes.
I want to, the things I'm doing now is like, we do Waistbead Zumba. I'm still in the market for a yoga instructor. And it's crazy because prior to the Corona, or hashtag the 19, we was already doing everything online. We was already doing everything virtual. So when everything started to move towards that, it just kind of funneled more people to me, which was really dope. So that's the dream. That is exactly how I want everything to grow. And I kind of just, like somebody told me a long time ago, they was like, man, you must have did this before in the past life, because you're really doing it. And I was like, dang, I ain't think about it like that, but it could be true. So that's definitely how it started and where I'm at.
That's so dope. Usually if you're good at something like that, good at something to where people are just like, this is you, like this makes sense. Right. You've been placed on this earth to do exactly what you're doing. So some people learn that early on, some people learn that late, but you caught on. So thank you. We appreciate you.
Right.
I think that's a dope idea to have a wellness center, like a one-stop shop. Would this be open to both women and men, or is the main focus going to be with women? Nothing wrong with you fellas out there,
I'm gonna start primarily with women, and then where it grows is where it grows. Like, I don't necessarily, like, I wanted it to be more so of a, like, each age group, because I feel like every age group needs something different. Like, single mothers need something different. Teenagers who are dealing with self-confidence and body issues, they need something different. Older women need something different. Like, everybody needs something different. Younger single ladies need different stuff. So I kind of want to cover all bases before I start incorporating men into it. But I mean, hey, eventually, I don't know how it'll evolve. Like, I just let the universe take me wherever it's going to take me.
Of course. And sometimes that's the best way to go. So that way you're really dishing out and utilizing that energy to really put out there what's really needed. If you let the universe just tell you, that's basically what happens. And I don't want people or my followers or listeners to think I'm anti-men. We need men in our lives. I love men, but y'all got plenty of shit out there. I need to see some shit from my females, for my girl power, for that vaginal energy. Let's go. We coming up as like a strong force. I love it. So with that being said, how exactly did you get into Waistbeads? What made you come around to want to sell and create Waistbeads?
That is such a great question. So initially what happened, I'll try to keep it short. So initially what happened
I want to hear the long version. What you mean?
I found out that I had bursitis in both hips, which is arthritis. So I started having to change my diet because they were trying to prescribe certain things, and I tried those things and they weren't necessarily working. So I started to live a more holistic life. And with that, I'm like, every woman wants to focus on the midsection.
Right.
So I started with waist trainers and doing sit-ups, and I got an elliptical and a punching bag. And to be completely honest, the waist trainer did work wonders. However, the side effects from the waist trainer were really gross. Like my mood was usually, first off, let me ask this. Can I curse or no?
Yeah. Oh, of course. You talking the most vulgar bitch on the radio. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm so thankful I could be myself. All right, so and now I don't even got to think. So now it's really gonna roll.
Yes.
So my attitude was really My attitude was really fucked up. Like it really was. Like I was always hungry. When I sat down, my face was screwed up because it physically hurts. And it was, and the smaller I got, it started leaving like little marks on my back.
Really?
Just because every woman's body type is different.
That's true.
So usually, if you're pretty uniform, then the waist trainer will usually fit and you won't have any problems. Me, right. My body is all over the place. Like I'm a 32 at the top, really teeny, but my hips and my waist are really big. So no matter how I put the waist trainer on, it would always roll up my butt and then start to kind of cut me.
Yes,
so I had to figure, I'm like, man, I can't keep doing this. My husband's like, yo, I'll take you out to dinner. Your attitude's still shitty. I'm like, yo, I'm having a good time. He's like, nah, your face is not having a good time. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're right. So I started looking for something that would give me the same effects, but not those after effects. So I started doing my research, and this is in a time where I was just like, hey, we got to support each other, and, we shouldn't support a system that doesn't support us. Mm-hmm. So I started really digging into my African culture, and that's when I found out about waist beads, and I'm like, okay, I'm all in.
Yes.
I'm definitely all in. Before I made any, because I never made my first set, somebody in my inbox was like, I want to get some from you, but spiritually I had to make my first set. I kind of believe in creative physics, and I believe in how the universe leads you. So I read a lot of things about the do's and the don'ts, but I kind of create my own path.
Yeah.
So I reached out to a lady in Cali, and she educated me. She made me some stuff. And for probably about a year, I was wearing her stuff. And it worked out pretty good. She is an activist as well. So she went on this huge activist, against the government type of thing. Okay, and so I think she also made a movie. And when I reached out to her, she didn't answer. Now, it's funny you said something about Louisiana, because I went to Mardi Gras, Amira, for the first time, and I ate like a dog. Yeah. Everything I get my hands on. Look, I ate so much, I got food poisoning the first time I went down there.
Hell, what?
When I came home, I broke, because I don't eat pork, and they cook with a lot of pork down there. Uh-huh. So when I came home, I broke them beads, and I reached out to her, and she was busy doing big things. So I'm like, okay, well, what I'm gonna do? So I made my own, and the rest is history. That's it. That's it right there.
You was like, I just gotta do this. I just need to handle this shit myself.
Right.
I'm a little jealous that you was able to eat everything in sight, because the few times I've been in New Orleans, probably like four or five times, I can't remember. Right. And every time I went, it was always some big event going on. Like the first time two times was during Mardi Gras, another time was during All-Star Weekend, and then the final time, this last time, it was really just to go and get my ass tattooed, because the first black women-owned tattoo shop is down there. So that's where I went to get my ink.
Dope.
Yes, and she's still tattooing. Like, what? But every time I went, they always pre-made a lot of their food. So I have yet to still get some good shit. But the way that I hear you talking, I probably need to hold off, because I don't want to break any more of my beads. I'm tired of breaking my beads, bro. I think in total of the beads that you've given me, I have broken 3 now. It's part of the
Waistbead life.
I've broken 3, and I always want to blame myself, like, I did this. And then, you and everyone else is like, no, Amira, they're done. They've served their purpose. And I'm like, whatever. Or I could have remembered to not pull down my pants and the beads at the same time.
Right.
But if y'all say so. So with that being said, and since I touched on the intentions and things that you bestow into the beads when you create them, can you share with us a little bit of history and maybe some things that consumers need to know, or some things that would be good for us to know about, in terms of purchasing our waist beads and things of that nature?
Sure. Sure, sure. Well, so what I'm starting to learn is that any purchase you make is an exchange of energy. And early on in my spiritual journey, I didn't really understand that. But a lot of my customers always say, when you gave me the waist beads, I felt better. I felt better about myself. And I feel like it has to do with a lot of the information that I put out and how open I am to talk about anything that they like to talk about. And, I'm really good at, kind of understanding what they need and what they don't need. So I kind of started prescribing waist beads. So, certain colors.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Certain colors actually give off certain feelings, certain vibes, and certain moods. It's called colorology.
Okay.
And then also certain crystals manifest certain things. So a lot of times when women come to me, they have this, they need that, or they need that. So that's how I started actually prescribing waist beads, and they started working. The history behind it is also the same thing. So initially, beads were like one of the first forms of currency, period. Not waist beads, just beads. So they would be traded all around the world when different travelers would come over to Africa and things of that nature. They would trade using beads. So that was pretty cool. And then, as we are really creative, we started creating different jewelry to represent certain things. So certain tribes would wear these beads and other tribes would wear these beads. And because they were so unique, each tribe made their own beads without, unless they bartered, they wouldn't have the same. So, beads would then say, I am this status, or I am this person's daughter. And I'm not even talking about waist beads. I'm just talking about beads.
Just beads in general.
Bracelets, necklaces, things like that.
Okay.
So waist beads came about, initially, they were like the first thing to hold a menstrual pad.
What?
So I was like, okay. And then they started to kind of evolve into the first form of lingerie. So, they would automatically draw your eyes to the woman's curves and her midsection and her womb. And they were also used when babies were born. They would tie them around their waist because scales weren't something that you had at all. You wanted to know that your baby was growing and progressing, and the only way you could actually gauge the child's weight was to see if the waist beads would roll up or down. Also, they were to identify the sex of the baby. So if you had a little boy, he would have a certain color. If you had a little girl, she would have a certain color. And then at a certain age, the boy's beads would be removed, and the girl would wear hers throughout the remainder of her life. And it's really interesting because they have different names. I think it's called the Ben in certain tribes, the Jigida in other tribes. They have all different names, and to believe it or not, all tribes have different meanings. Like some tribes are like, you never wear this outside. You leave it on your nightstand and you put it on in your house, and when you go outside, you take them off. Other tribes wear them all the time. However, they're not supposed to be shown. And when they made its way to the West, it kind of came over as more so fashion. So we started wearing them outside, inside, over, whenever, and that type of thing. But the more people dig and the more spiritual people get, they want them to mean a little bit more. And that's where the whole prescribing the waist beads came into play.
Okay. Holy shit, my mind is blown. I'm going to have to listen to this episode over and over again because that's so damn interesting. Like, it's so interesting when shit is westernized. because I only know it for a few purposes in terms of monitoring your weight and kind of a fashion statement. But I do know and understand that there's more that comes from it. Since you touched on that, I do have a friend that thinks that, or it's her opinion that people who don't identify or people who are non-black should not wear waist beads. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you answered that, and I can actually speak publicly about that. So you are not the only person that gets that question. So when I get that question, I always say my mission, what my spirit guides or my ancestors are telling me is that waist beads are for the world. And one day I actually thought and meditated on it and realized that the first skeleton found was in Africa.
Yes.
If you start to do your research you'll find that a lot of us, even if you just start with the surface, the DNA or the DNA or the DNA.com,
right.
You'll find out that a lot of your history is not necessarily Caucasian or Asian. We're all a melting pot. So I usually say that the waist beads will tie you into your culture. So usually when people that aren't of, like, I guess, melanated descent say, I need waist beads, I say, let the waist beads guide you on a spiritual journey to figure out your culture. And what they usually end up doing is coming back and saying, you know what, I started wearing the waist beads and I started digging a little bit and I found out that I had Indian in my family. And then I say, well, dig a little bit deeper. Mm-hmm. Dig a little bit deeper, because you'll find out that the Native American was a melanated man. A lot of us, it's a lot of whitewashing, as we all know. The first Asian, the first monks, and they're all of African descent. So they would start digging and be like, wow. And I'm like, you know what? The ancestors, when the ancestors come and tap you on your shoulder and tell you to do something, usually it's up to you to start digging and figuring out what you're really supposed to be learning. From, because everybody's like, oh, I want this and I want that. And if it's something, frivolous like food, you don't think about it. But when you start to think about cultural pieces, you're supposed to dig. Like, that's your responsibility of ascension. You're supposed to dig and figure it out. So I say, for everyone who's interested in waist beads, go right ahead, but also learn. Just start to learn from them.
I had she gifted me this same friend. She gifted me some waist beads, and this was actually shortly after I broke. It's shortly after I broke the ones you gave me. Well, actually, they were the very first set that I put on strings. This is before I learned that you made string, or before you started working heavy on string tie ones. But she gave me some when she went to New Orleans and got a pair for me, and I was wearing them, and I was on a trip with some of my teammates because I play rugby, and one of my friends on the team saw them. She was like, and of course we're drunk, so she's just like, and she's a white girl, she was like, those are so beautiful, Amira, what are those? And so I explained to her, these are waist beads, and it has different purposes and meanings for other people. But this is me trying to remember what I'm saying, because I was drunk too. But I basically was just like, I wanted to get into these because I wanted to strengthen my connection to my spiritual journey, or with my spiritual journey in my I don't remember if I used the word ancestry or not, but it was pretty much along those lines. So throughout the night, she was just kind of like, oh, those are so dope. And then was like, can I try them on? And I believe heavily in, like, and I learned this from another friend. Sometimes some items come into other people's lives, even if they're yours, and maybe it'll do more for them than it will for you, or something like that. So when I let her, I was like, yeah, you can try them on. And she just was floored. She was in so much love, and she was like, I just feel so dope wearing these. And by the end of the night, because I let her wear them the whole night, by the end of the night, I was just like, you know what, you can just have them. And she was floored again, like, no fucking way. And I'm like, yes, you can just have them. I would say do your research, just tap into your womanly energy when it comes to that. Take note of how you feel, but you can just have them. And I explained to my friend, because I forgot to tell my friend completely, and she saw in a picture of us. And she was like, what the fuck, Amira? Well, she wasn't like that, but she was pretty much like, Amira, what she got my beads on? And I was just like, look. Right. The way she lit up and the way she was so interested, I just felt maybe she needed these. I don't know how or in what way, but maybe she needed these. So I do believe in that. I don't know how she feels on that. I mean, she kind of like, okay, I understand. But her being white, I think it brought up an interesting conversation, because she wasn't a black woman. And her asking me that, or her sharing her opinion about that, I was just kind of like, well, I think items are for everyone. Who are we to say necessarily what is going to do what for somebody, or what connection they get from somebody. I don't know. So you raised some good points there, and I appreciate that. I needed to hear that as well, because I wasn't sure either. I did doubt myself a little bit. I was just like, maybe Amira, you're too friendly, or maybe Amira, you're doing this wrong. I don't know, but I feel that way too. As long as people are, you know, kind of educating themselves on what they're getting involved in,
of course,
then it ain't no harm. I feel.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to interrupt, but just like you made a really, really amazing point. And me personally, now it's 2020. I don't feel there's anything for a certain race.
Yes.
Like if I wanted to go to France and I wanted to try something out, I probably would pass out if somebody told me it wasn't for Black people. Yeah. Like I think in 2020 we're way past that.
That's how I feel
too. To be and whether it's like a cultural thing, that's like if a Caucasian person walked into an African restaurant and was like, I want some jollof rice or some fufu, and they was like, no. You know, this is only for, like, no, we're not there.
Yeah,
we're definitely
I feel like that's
not
backpedaling.
there. And it's crazy that people feel like that. Yeah. But I'm glad we touched on it, because I get that question a lot. And yeah, we passed that. You can't offend being like that. You definitely can't.
Yeah, I agree. And I just hope people, you can be as pro-Black as you want. You know, I support it. I just want people to expand a little bit out of just that mindset, because to me it comes across really narrow and really, I don't know what other word to use. It just comes across really narrow, because in this world we're going to come across so many cultures, and there's no problem in learning about them, partaking. I mean, just because we were born here of this skin color doesn't mean that our interests, and if they're genuine interests, they're genuine interests. And I don't think that we should be, anyone should necessarily be hindered to learn more. It's like a lifelong learning journey, and whatever you're interested in, I mean, just pursue it. That's the universe, and that's what's going to develop you into the human being that you need to be. I mean, simply put, I know a bunch of motherfuckers that love, I don't want to say pizza because that's their favorite food, but it just immediately came to mind, pizza. Nachos, I don't know. We eating the shit. We understand what Tex-Mex is and what authentic Mexican cuisine is, but, you know, we're not hearing, no, y'all shouldn't be eating that. So just simply put, I think we're allowed to indulge in other things that are around us, because there's more to our fish bowls, you know, our own little fish bowl. And I feel like people just become more cultured and less fearful from things like that, you know, keeping people back from learning what more is out there. Ascension, like, I love that you keep using that word, because it's perfect. It's progressive, and I feel like we getting close, but we need to keep pushing. We need to keep pushing.
Of course we do.
We need to fight with love and fight more with understanding, in terms of trying to always prove our Blackness to people, or prove like, nah, this belongs to us. Because people have been stealing our shit for years. At this point, it's time to collaborate and make some money off it. No, I'm just kidding.
It is. It definitely is.
So, thank you again for them gems. Oh, thank you so much. What are, to line it up, I guess, a little bit, what are some purposes behind, or other purposes, I guess, westernized, some other purposes for us over here to be wearing waist beads? What else have you heard for people to order waist beads, or the reasons behind it? And then what different types of waist beads are there that can be created?
Perfect question.
Oh,
okay,
thanks.
so there, believe it or not, there's not just one kind of waist bead. So the first waist bead was just basically beads on a string, and those are still, believe it or not, the sturdiest waist beads, when it's just beads and strings. So those are your authentic African string tie waist beads.
Yes.
Then they adapted to be removable. So then you'll have removable beads that are just cordage, beads, and a clasp. They then evolved to where people started putting like cowrie shells and crystals on them. And those are usually also removable.
Yeah.
I recommend if you get anything that has a charm and or a crystal on it, you want to make sure it's removable, because crystals and charms sometimes change up or hinder the integrity of the cordage. So if you don't take it off and put it back on, it'll break easily. And then also there are just the basic waist beads with elastic string.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. That's one I tried and I didn't necessarily like so much, because for me, I was on a journey to monitor my weight. So if I have a cordage that stretches with my body, it doesn't tell me if I'm eating too much or not eating enough.
Yeah.
So those are your basic 4 types of waist beads. As far as purposes for the waist beads, goodness gracious, girl, we could talk all night. But most people initially jump on the waist beads, number one, to become closer with like their culture, to become closer with their wound, to start healing their wound. And then it's also to monitor your weight gauge.
Yeah.
Like some people are still very traditional with wearing waist beads. So I know some women, their husbands or their significant others only see their waist beads. Other women are a little bit more liberal, like myself.
Yes.
And I like to wear them for fashion. I like to wear them, if I'm gaining weight or losing weight,
Yes.
I like to wear them just because I feel like now they're like earrings. Like just like I wouldn't go out the house without a pair of earrings on, I'm not going out the house without a pair of waist. And I stress a pair, because I hate having one on. I feel naked if I just have one. I like to have multiple.
Yes.
Like
which
right
I
now, I think I have 9.
Yes.
9? Right now I have 9.
Yes, I'm trying to get there. Yes.
Yeah. So so the biggest thing is when these women usually come to me, it's just because they're trying to transition into like a healthier lifestyle.
Got you.
So they as you eat and your diet changes, you will notice that your waist beads will remain exactly where you put them, or they'll roll down. If you start to overeat, they will tighten, they will roll up, or they will break. And it's really interesting because I can kind of tell when someone says my waist beads pop, I'm like, what happened? Just give me the story behind it. And if you tell me that if your waist beads are like a year old, then yeah, maybe the cordage been through some things, or even 6 months.
Right.
They've been through some things because they're daily, you wear them on a daily basis.
Right.
Usually people only wear piercings on a daily basis. You take your bracelets off, you take your earrings out if they're not little stud earrings.
True.
You kind of take everything off, but these are actually on a part of your body that is very mobile. Like your ears don't move, your ankles, they move around, but they don't kind of expand and contract, but your midsection does, which is why a lot of people have problems with breaking them. But the waist bead business wouldn't be the waist bead business if they lasted.
Right, they lasted forever.
They don't. They don't. They do not,
Right.
So, and that's also a good thing because, like I said, you get to kind of add on, subtract, and realize what you did wrong. Just like you was like, immediately, I know it was me. I know I should have had them a little higher, and I would have still had my pair. But the cool part about the string tie waist beads they are adjustable. And if they pop, as long as all your beads don't fall on the floor, you can actually retie them, because you're supposed to tie them a few times, knot them, and then burn them. So you can save them. You can adjust them too. So if you go from like a bigger size to a smaller size and they get a little droopy, you're like, okay, it's time for me to cut them, remove some excess beads, adjust them to my right size, and put them on again. So they are definitely supposed to weather the test of time.
I've saved, so the very first 2 waist beads I ever had, of course, I purchased from you. I believe one had a bunch of quartz on it, and the other, I think I was having issues with like being confident in my finances at the time, and I believe it was something else. I cannot remember, but you added citron and quartz on one as well with shells. I don't know if shells have anything to do with it, but I loved the shells. I had those beads for so long, and they were just fine, but I wanted the string tie ones because I never wanted to take them off. So I removed all the beads and put them on a string, and the one with the shells lasted forever. And those, as I lost weight, because I have and still am on a weight loss journey. Not trying to like kill weight, but tone up and get like strong as fuck. You feel me? So those lasted for a while, and at some point they were, I don't know if you remember for some of my Instagram pictures, but those were just sitting right on my hips. Like, they was low. So it's probably why when it was time for them to break, it was probably time for them to break. They've been around for a good, like, 7 months, 8 months.
Yeah.
And then, but the pair that had nothing but quartz on it, those did snap. And I tried to savor as many of the beads as possible, put them back together, save it. And they snapped again, and then that's when my friend was like, well, Mira, I think, it just, the intention has been met. And then I followed up with you, and you're like, yeah, your friend's right. And I'm just like, fucking intention. I want my beads back. So very interesting. I did have the elastic ones also. So those were the ones that my friend got me. So I do feel you on that, where you can't really gauge what's going on with your body with those. I'm excited that you've been working on and pushing out string tie ones, because I did want something more permanent. I wanted something where I could just put on, and that's it. And I can just look at them every morning and see where they at.
Your journey is so similar to a lot of other women, because they start with removable. They like, I can't sleep with this. I don't know if I want this. And probably within like a month, they like, I never want to take them off.
Exactly.
And you know what's interesting? When I decided to do the string, I believe you're supposed to learn from others. That's how you grow. So it took me about, 6 months to find actually African vendors that were okay with making them. So all of my string waist beads, they're not from here. I actually was lucky enough to link up with a lady in Nairobi, Kenya, and it was like the first time I ever used a WhatsApp. And I'm like, oh my gosh, because believe it or not, I had kind of got done dirty a few times. I sent some money over, got nothing back. So I didn't let that, stop me. I was like, okay, I'm getting over this obstacle.
That's
and
good.
Finally, she was cool. And it's so interesting because in her village, she doesn't really get a good signal. So if I send her a message, she can't get back to me immediately. She kind of has to go to the city to get a better signal.
Yeah.
And there are a team, because I order a lot. So she actually has a team. So it's pretty cool. So when I call, everybody's like, hey, Donna. So I got people in Nairobi, Kenya. You know what I'm saying?
The hell?
And they're like, hey, what's up? I know the kids. I'm like, hey, everybody. So it's really cool. And I didn't even get discussed. Like, I felt like the times that when my money got taken, I felt like it was me giving back to my motherland. So I didn't even get discouraged. I'm like, man, Africa has done so much for me. Who cares if they took $50 here, $60 here? I ain't worried about that. That's nothing.
I feel that. That positive spirit and energy I feel through my waist beads, bro.
But and then also and people get all wrapped up into certain things. There are bad people everywhere you go. You can't stop living your life because
it's bullshit
you had
everywhere.
One bad experience.
Right? You can't live in fear. It is what it is.
Yes, exactly. So my waist, and it's cool because we started collaborating, and I started getting input like, hey, what does everybody want? Okay, so she wants all gold, and then sometimes I'll do a poll like, hey, ladies, what are we in the mood for?
Right.
They tell me. I get on my WhatsApp. I'm like, hey, I need X, Y, Z, and they always make it happen. So shout out to them. Shout out to them, man. I'm thankful for them.
Wait a minute. So my beads is from the motherland?
Oh, girl, you better know it.
Oh,
those beads are from Nairobi, Kenya, honey.
That's dope. It was dope originally because I thought you made them. So that was special to me. But you got these bitches from Africa. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I got the heart around my waist. Yes.
My business started to outgrow me. My business started to outgrow me. So I'm like, man, I need a labor force.
Expand.
I can't do this by myself.
Right.
I got 50 orders here, 100 orders here. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I was like, man, I could possibly get somebody and train them. I'm like, no, I want experts. I want people that have beaten since they were little. I want people that have seen waist beads.
Right.
And I said, I know where I got to go. So every single last waist bead on my page that is a string waist bead is from Nairobi, Kenya. Yes, a small village in Nairobi, Kenya. So it is so dope.
I am fucking speechless. I'm just so lit about that. I have a direct connection, just as many other women who order these beads. I'm just like, ugh, that is so dope. I'm glad you expanded and was able to find a vendor and somebody to work with out there. That just brings way more meaning and honestly value to your business. So shout out to you and shout out to them. Like, you making all the correct moves. Wellness center coming soon.
For Christmas, I'm trying to send the iPhone. Seriously.
You said what?
But for Christmas, I'm sending them an iPhone because I need FaceTime. The WhatsApp,
yes.
Not my phone,
Please send them the iPhone and then get pictures.
Seriously.
Because I need to save my hellos too. We're going to do a group FaceTime. That is so dope. Have you ever traveled over to Africa?
No, I have not, but I am. That is definitely on the list.
Mm-hmm. As soon as the travel ban and all this shit chill out. Because this is ridiculous. I'm excited. I want to go. I have been a little nervous to want to even prepare for that trip because doing research and stuff, I read a lot of horror stories of people over there not necessarily accepting westernized African Americans, because the truth of the matter is we are American over here. So I don't want to go over there and be in a foreign country where they hate me.
And you know what? It's never like that. It's never like that.
I hope not. Shit.
You hear stories, and I'm not saying, like I said, there are bad people everywhere you go. Mm-hmm. So let's start there. But in all actuality, the problem is it's the view that goes around the world, how we're looked at, how Western African Americans are looked at from everybody else. If you only had movies to depict how we were, and the higher ups were saying that they do this and they kill and they drink and they smoke. When they meet you, it's like, oh my goodness, everything was a lie. And I'm like, yeah, everything is a fucking lie. Like, I'm good just like you're good. And when you get past that programming, you go, okay, cool. Because I know a lot of people that was like, man, as soon as I touched down, I felt like I was home. Like, they thought that I was going to come off the plane smoking a blunt. You know what I'm saying? And cursing people out and trying to fight, and it was nothing like that. And immediately I felt the instant connection. So me personally, I'm with the shit. Good, bad, or indifferent. I would love, for real, I would love to go over there and just be like, because we're not from here.
Right.
And those who are from here, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where we don't really know our real ties. Like I said, somebody said they was Native American. I'm like, yeah, that means you African.
Right.
They was like, what? I'm like, yeah, we circumnavigated the entire world and didn't touch a stone, steal nothing, take nothing. So we were everywhere.
Yep.
We were everywhere. So so it's one of those things. I can't wait. Matter of fact, you pick the date and we going.
We going, shit. Pick the day, we going. We gonna film the whole ass journey, and we gonna put it on your YouTube.
Oh my gosh, that's what I'm talking about.
Waistbead Warriors take Africa. Yes. Speaking of your YouTube channel, I finally watched that video, how to properly tie your waist beads, the string tie ones. Because the first set that you gave me, I kind of just winged it. And then you was like, did you watch the video? And I was like, no, but they seem to still be staying. So for this last set you sent me, I was like, I'm gonna watch the video. I'm gonna make sure I do it like these are staying, but I'm gonna just make sure they extra gonna stay. And I love it when you was like, take the lighter, hit it with a little bop bop, and I was dying.
Right.
Every time I did it, I did the same thing. I was like, bop bop. Like, it wasn't as skillful as you, but it was just like bop. One more bop, bop. But I watched the video, learned a lot on there, saw all your gorgeous waist beads. That's when I was like, oh yeah, I got to get like her. I got to do it. I actually did mess up because I was slumped over when I was tying the waist beads on. So when I stood up or when I was standing up straight, they was lower than what I wanted. I wanted like how yours was over your belly button. That's what I wanted. And it fell below that. So I was like, shit. So I redid it. So it's ratchet the way I did it, but don't worry, it works. It's working.
Right. You know what? The next time you'll have it perfect.
I hope so. I didn't tie the third one on yet because I'm like, okay, because it takes a lot of, I mean, for you're a pro, like you're proficient at this, and I'm just like, fuck. So I have not put on the last one yet, but I'm getting there. Because I want it to be like perfect first try.
Take your time.
To get that little balloon, I was like, damn, do I need some nails? I'm kidding. So with your YouTube channel, what types of videos can consumers and customers find on your YouTube channel? What are your followers of your YouTube channel seeing that everyone else needs to see?
Okay, so my YouTube channel started with like waist bead focus. It started with talking about nothing but waist beads.
Right.
But as I started talking about waist beads, women had a lot of questions. So to be completely honest, a lot of the topics of the videos that I give focus on, questions that people gave me on the YouTube, and primarily focus on like women's wellness, like or entrepreneurship. Like, what can I do with my womb? What colors matter? What crystals matter?
Mm-hmm.
How can I change, my reality? I don't want to work a 9 to 5. And let me just say, I haven't worked a 9 to 5 in probably 2.5 years.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm out the matrix. So it's a lot of questions people have, and I try my best to be an open book. So you can find the swag. Like I think it's the realness. Every time people, they like, yo, you definitely my big sister, or you definitely my aunt, or I could see us going to the club and drinking. I always say that when you go on your spiritual journey, you don't want to lose yourself.
No.
So it was like I was looking for somebody like me on YouTube, because it was a lot of ascend, breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah, what you
like,
said.
What the hell is they talking about? When she get off that camera, she is not going to sound like that in real life. That's not true.
Right.
That's not true. She cursed her kids out just like I cursed mine out. That's not true. So I said, you know what? When I go on YouTube, I'm going to be my motherfucking self.
Right, the best way to be.
Right. And I'm going to share everything I learned. So you'll be able to find me touching on a vast variety of a whole bunch of different topics, all of them kind of connecting to waist beads. So just women's wellness in general.
I love it. I saw you on there. You was taking a trip somewhere. Where was that exactly? I didn't watch the video, but I saw the water.
Oh my God.
That's not America.
So before the pandemic, I was going to do a business cruise. We were doing a waist bead cruise, and which I'm going to continue to do that.
Yes,
as soon as
please.
It comes out. So right. And on top of that, think about the pictures that I could get on an island with a group of diverse women. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. They were like, but I'm not the right size. I'm like, waist beads don't have a size.
They don't have a size.
If you don't take nothing from this program, waist beads don't have a size. They are for every single body type. So I'm doing the waist bead cruise as soon as this pandemic gets pulled up.
Yep, and I'll be with you.
I am working on the book.
That would be so dope.
The book, how waist beads and Western society, how we all got merged up and smooshed together. So, and the cool part is, all of the information that I'm getting and gathering is from dealing with women for these 2 years straight. So I'm just thankful for the experience. Like, people don't understand, every single time I get to talk on a show or I get to meet other people, whether it's face-to-face in my waist measurement challenge that I do every other month, plug, or somebody's just like, hey, I need to buy something from you. I'm so grateful because I'm just building and learning and trying to better myself in my business. So I thank everybody, especially you, Miss Amira.
Yes, of course. What you mean? I love your strive. Like, I just love it. I will be on that cruise. I've been wanting to take a cruise for a minute.
Yes.
One of my friends just got married on a cruise boat, but we left the cruise boat. We did not sail with them, and I was real salty about it.
You can never go on too many cruises. You can never go on too many cruises.
That would be so dope. Get a bunch of women together, recruit. Bomb ass photo shoots. Oh my gosh, that shit would be so dope. So y'all make sure y'all look out for that. Y'all got of course you gotta pave your own way, but entry requirement is get you some motherfucking waist beads first. Okay, you can't join the Waistbead cruise with no waist beads, or you can wait till we get there and then you can pick them up from Donna. You feel me? So. That's absolutely dope. I'm glad you're being yourself and being your authentic self on these YouTube pages. We need more of that, I feel, especially as melanated people. When I first started my spiritual journey, I thought I had to be positive Patty at all times.
Oh no.
I thought like I learned. I was talking to this woman when I was trying to get into meditation a little bit more. And I was just dumping all my problems on her. She was running the class, but before then I stopped in to just kind of talk about it, and I just dumped all my problems on her. And she just was like, sounds like you're going through life. And I was like, is it that simple? And she just kind of was like, it's not that serious. So that did help me through a lot of things, you know, and changing my mindset, because I was really explosive and angry and just stressed and all, because I just piled so much shit on me. I was not in tune with myself, and it was bleeding off onto other people. But when I first began, I started to treat it like another chore. Like, tried to schedule out, okay, I have to meditate, and if I don't, then I'll be stressed about that. Or if I'm feeling moody, I will try to push it away, snap out of it. Like, no, Amira, you got to be happy. That's how you get past these problems. And then at some point one day, I don't remember what it was, I was just like, this is not human. I think I saw a post or a meme that just was like, just because I'm spiritual don't mean I won't cuss your ass out. And I was like, oh my God, facts. So I can't have normal feelings.
Right, exactly.
So I'm glad that you taking that route also. We all need to see that. I'm a little embarrassed I even had to go through that just to realize, like, I don't have to be a positive Patty at all times, because I am a real life human, getting to connect, not deny my emotions, and accept it wholly and work through it. I feel like that is what I needed most in terms of my spiritual journey, because I was the bitch that would just push that shit away. So, like, I'm thinking I'm being myself, but I'm being a version of something. So
right.
Shout out to you and y'all who are paving the way for us young asses to get it right. To really come down to it. Really quickly, I think I saw a post that you had on Instagram that you said you were working on some new Just Beads. If I'm wrong, tell me. But I peeped that and put it in the back of my mind. If I'm wrong, tell me. Are you working on some new shit?
No, you're definitely not. And the Just Beads are the beads that's from Africa. So every time, like I said, I collab with them and figure out exactly what colors we need for this season and what everybody needs. So yes, my new Just Beads, and let me tell you something, girl, them things sell out like in 3 days. So I'll either let people pre-order them, or I'll just keep posting until they arrive. I'm always making waist beads, but yes, the new Just Beads are coming. Hey, this is what I wanted to say, Miss Amira.
Yes.
Now, this has been a very, very dope and positive show. But I want to be on the panel with the bullshit. I want to be with the shit. I want to be on the twerk hour too. So like we said, spirituality is many different things.
Yes.
I want to be a part of all that. So whenever you had all of that, I want to be with all of that.
Bitch,
So
I got you.
Just to back up. Yes, I want all of that. Further down the road, you're like, oh, we got a panel, we doing this. I want to be with the panel.
I
want
got
to be
you.
with the cool kids, Amira. I don't need to be by myself all the time.
I need all the ratchet Donna. Are you kidding me? So this show, okay, listeners, listen up. This show was just, a little educational. You can learn a little bit about some waist beads. Go ahead and go purchase some.
Yes, it was.
Next show, though, we talking about some stupid shit. I don't know what it is. I'm going to have the squadron with me. Usually when the squadron's with me, because they the petty asses. I'm the one who's rational. No, right. I'm just kidding. But they the petty motherfuckers. I love them. I miss y'all so much, squadron. I hope y'all hear me. But when we get back together and shit, it's raps. Like, we're going to get you back on here. We going to get to talking. Don't you worry. And don't even think for a second that we not planning no trip to Baltimore. Are you kidding me? I need to see how it's done out there.
I'm definitely going to be there. Trust me, I'm definitely going to be there.
We'll make sure it aligns on the weekend or, where we can have the show, or we'll have a special broadcast. I do what I want. You know what I'm saying? We can have a special broadcast. It don't even matter when. But so many plans in the mix. I want to work so much more with you, learn so much more about your craft, and fuck around with the fuck around. Because I know you get down. Like, I know you crazy. Like, I hear it. At this point, I recognize the crazy. Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
I appreciate you so much, yo. People don't know behind the scenes, me and you've been talking for quite some time. Like,
yes, I think it's been 2 years.
A while back.
Yeah, I think it's been like 2 years.
I have watched you grow. I have watched you grow and evolve, and you are the dopest. Like, thank you so much.
I got this smile on my face. Thank you. I'm trying out here, bitch. I'm trying to represent. I swear. I'm trying to be myself. Donna took so much courage.
Not only do you represent, but you talk about that. You have no problem with talking about the things that people need to hear but are afraid to discuss. And that's your superpower right there. And I like I said, I commend you, and you are definitely an inspiration to me.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Y'all heard that here, a live testimonial. I'm doing something right, damn it. Hell to the yes. Thank you so much, Donna. I'm so happy that we was able to have our episode. You came onto the show. I'm so turned about that. If you're just now tuning into the Mirror Show, you're going to have to listen a little bit later because you missed so many gems. You're going to have to rewind. So many gems have been dropped. Donna will be back on the show, and it's going to be lit next time she's on this bitch. So y'all go ahead and study up because we not answering no questions about no waist beads next show. Next show is straight turn up.
Right. Let's do it.
Go ahead, do your homework. Listen to what you need to because y'all need to come ready. Well, Donna, go ahead. We're going to start twerk time soon. I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity. You can go ahead and plug yourself. Where can people find you? Where can people order, find your YouTube shit, all of that?
Thank you. Okay, so I am on Facebook at A Natural Hair Storey. I'm on Instagram at A Natural Hair Storey. I'm on Twitter at A Natural Hair Storey. Please just give me a little chance. I'm learning how to work Twitter. I'm on Patreon at A Natural Hair Storey. I'm also on YouTube at a Natural Hair Storey, where I make sure to upload a video at least once or twice a week. I believe I have over 30 videos, so please check me out. Also, I finally in the beginning of 2020 have a open waist beads and women forum group on Facebook. So it's not just me talking and you guys listening. Yes. The group it's growing. It's growing. I think we maybe got I'm close to a little bit over 100 members now. But it's so cool because
make that 101 because I'm about to join.
Yeah, you actually get to talk about the things like, so, it's all we gonna start doing a rest in peace for all the pop beads. Every morning somebody pop their beads or somebody feels sexy in their waist beads. So please go to it's called Waistbeads the & Women on Facebook. And Instagram, I'm really active on Instagram, so just follow me at A Natural Hair Storey, please. I appreciate it.
Yes, I appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all go follow her. That's where you're going to find all your information, updates, etc. Please do that. Make sure you place your orders. Also, you can do that through the Instagram as well. Her link tree is linked in there. I'm joining that forum. as soon as all this is said, I'm joining that forum. So you can go ahead and add 101 members. There we go. Well, Donna, thank you again so much. I really appreciate it. I know my listeners, those now and later, are going to be enjoying those gems that you dropped. I've learned so much tonight, and I cannot wait to have you back on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for always supporting me and Mira. I appreciate it.
I always will. Well, Donna, I'm going to go ahead and get Twerk Time started by DJ Samosa, y'all. So y'all make sure if y'all going out to the living room tonight or going to the kitchen for happy hour, go ahead and get ready to this Twerk Time mix, or you can just go ahead and twerk all night. You feel me? But I will be right back with you after 15 minutes. Go ahead and shake some ass. And like I said, I'll get right back with y'all.
Told they talk different languages. Ooh, $100,000 for the cheapest ring on the finger. Ooh, I done flew one out to Spain to be in my domain automata. Ooh, dropped $3 on the ring, cause it been the truck. Look, ooh, I was in the trap circle. They ain't been the same since. That's by the time I call her Serena. I go tremendo for new fettuccine. All fat though, claret the pinky. All fat though, we order the Fiji. I'm in the loop with the voo. I'm in the loop with the woo. Which one you working? I put your face to the news. I put the on the shirt. After I murdered it, make it go the hearse. Cost me a quarter bird. Gets burst in you, man.
Go metallic knife. I can shake it out with. I just put a drum on a no-kill tick. I just put my man up. I used to jump out the back of the bus. Now I jump off of a jet. I used to tell the little baby to dust. Then I got over the shit. I used to like her, but now that I love her, the way she was drinking my cheating, she on my cover. We cut her. A shawty say she wanna on a body. Baby, I want all for your lips. Ex-college girl, she can soak up a ship. I eat my leg and I take this on a trip. Hey, shawty. Hey, darling. Hey, baby girl. What's even? Close your eyes, it's just me and you and nobody. It's sideways. If we in public or the driveway. Vibes in this beat. Vibe on the jet. 5,000 bricks. Ooh, she bad as it get. Her mouth can't get sleek. She know she got the kid with a 500. Make it out west. Slang it out west. Go metallic knife. I can shake it out west. I just put a drum on a no-kill tick. I just put my and up.
It's up and stuck. Thought you can cross the game, what was you thinking of? Red coupe, roller coaster sound just like it does. These days I balance all the hate out with the love. These days I pour all of my pain out in a cup. Dreamy, that's just a side effect when you with us. Easy, the dozens right behind me, they on edge. Believe me, we pop out in the city to collect. Vibes in this bitch, they surprised that I live. Try can be killed, try that times, but I'm still hop in the whip, tie right in the whip, box in the whip, got me.
Hey, make it out west, slang it out west. Go metallic knife, I can shake it out west. I just put a drum on a no-kill tape. I just put my and up. I used to jump out the back of the bus. Now I jump off of a jet. I used to tell the little baby to dust. Then I got over the shit. I used to like her, but now that I love her, the drink in my skin. Yo, shit,
That girl, she got on my clothes. I told that little girl that she got it, she's too bad. Are you serious? I swear my money is serious. Okay, all my checks, I just be clearing it. She suck my then she get delirious. Okay, jump on the jet, so I'm clearing it. Okay, pop, but I'm not talking new. Okay, smoke that boy just like a cigarette. If that boy try to make a fuss move, I'm on some hoe. I got a whole nother rich. I'm on a new level. I was on you. She was riding on my. She ain't need two pedals. I swear they all gonna snitch with my. Go shoot at them. They mad about this. They mad about that, but it's only if you let them. She say my name in her phone. Only thing she say me under is probably that you let her. No, I don't got problem loan. Only thing in my pocket is probably some blue cheddar. She try to leave me alone. Then she got right with my clone, and I hope that she do better. I know it's blue cheese on me, but when I got 50s on me, I call it loose cheddar. Jeremy Scott's all on my feet. I had a cougar with me, so I call that girl Coretta. I am the richest in my city. I can make it rain like no matter what's the weather. I know that girl, she got swag, but when it comes to putting it together, she could do better. I sent that girl a DM. She ain't asking me, so you know that I gotta shoot two at her. Yeah. Gotta shoot two at her. Yeah.
You a little Uzi?
Gotta shoot you out.
Pulling out the coupe at the lot, told him 12 SWAT, busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box, had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole damn seal, I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals, we been trapping like the 80s. She said that, so got the cash app, told him wipe it, no, say slash. I won't never sell my soul, and I can back that. And I really wanna know where you. I was at back, where the stash at? Cruise the city in a bulletproof Cadillac. Cause I know these out there where the bag at. Gotta move smarter, gotta move harder. Try to give me 5 mile water. I lay it down on my son, on my daughter. I had the Draco with me, Dwayne Carter. A lot of out here playing, ain't ballin'. I done put my whole arm in the rim, Ben's Carter. And I know Poppy get a key for the quarter. Shotty belly seen the double C's, I bought her. Got it that looking like a Leah, she a model. I got the pink slip, my whip is keyless. Compton, I'm about to get the key to the city. Patty, light up the seat. Forgetting out the coupe at the lot. Told him 12 SWAT, busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box, had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole damn seal, I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals, we been trapping like the 80s. Big booty, hot with it.
Clapping this big. Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Work. Ay. Work. Bend it over, touch them toes, make that booty go, throw that back, like the Tootsie Roll, ay. Drunk as throw that at it up, ayy. When he get behind it, kiss up, yeah, Who shake that the best? Me. He wanna know how I move on a D. I wanna that E like a Q. Why you a hun? She built like a P. Ride on that on my tiptoes. So good that he hitting the wall. I'm tryna comfort that face. I got him making a mess in his car. I got him falling in love with me. I got him all in the mouth spinning. I said if I come and give you this A, since you gon' know what to do with it. I got him falling in love with me. I got him all in the mouth spinning. I said if I come and give you this A, since you gon' know what to do with it. Work. Ay. Work. Bend it over, touch them toes, make that booty go, throw that back, like the Tootsie Roll, ay. Drunk as throw that up, ay. When he get behind it, kiss up, yeah, break your back, make that clap, make him eat it up, shake them sugar smacks, ay. So good it make him cry, sweet like patty pie, you ain't got it, boy don't eat pie, ay. Bounce like tick, throw that on the wrist, make him hit it hard, ay, and make your boo bigger, ay. Break your back, make that
I broke up with her, it ain't work out.
Work out.
Hold up, mommy, work like the workout. Work out. She in the mirror tryna work out. Like work out. Look, pole dance. Pole. Yeah. Look, pole dance. Pole dance. Pole. Look, what's up? What's up? Girl, I don't need you, I just want you. Want you. She said I need to tell you something. Boy, look, boy, I'm a freak, but I'm a woman. Hold up, she used to be my favorite cheerleader. I ain't mad, cause she's a paralegal. With a bag, say Chanel on her purse. She ain't playing with it, I'm in family. She keep playing on the pole, what you know, girl, you got a vibe. Private show, she gon' show after 95. I just wanna let you up, I just wanna let out. She get paid for Fashion Nova, so she need a stomach type. Right, pole dancing. Her DMs full of you who got no chances. My DMs full of you and some broke rappers. Whole lot, I digress. Fix two birds with just one pitch. She need D and can't find Jim. I told her work out. I broke up with her, it ain't work out. Oh look, my new word like the workout. She in the mirror tryna work out. La pole dance. Pole. Work out. La pole dance. Pole dance.
I keep it juicy. I eat that lunch. She keep that booty. She keep that plump. Yeah. That natural beauty. Yeah. If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back. Back, juicy. Back, yeah. Back, juicy. Back, juicy. If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back. Yeah. He like it thick, he like it fat. Yeah. Like to keep on wanting more. Doja, where you at, huh? And all the niggas wanna know ain't got that cash. You wanna see some? I'll wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it. You gotta spin it, spin it, spin it. I'll wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it. You gotta spin it, spin it, spin it.
Brown bag legend for these bad. Got 100 racks if you gon' back flip it. I ain't tripping, I got that cash. Baby gon' bounce that arrow.
I'll wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it. You gotta spin it, spin it, spin it. I'll wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it. You gotta spin it, spin it, spin it.
Boy, put you on the road. Now you fat, you can hide from the feds behind. Brown bag, take a bottom and a top down. Babe, looking for a richer. I'ma pull up to the club with that big bag. We ain't really with that chit chat. I'ma break her off like a Kit Kat. Sauce on the pimp, I'm a Big Mac.
I'ma bounce this for a rich chick. I'ma get a bag.
It's DJ Smosa.
The Amira Show. It's all love. What the hell? Oh, my thing didn't come back on.
What the hell?
Messing up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Amira Show. For show.
Are you for sure for real?
I'm for real, for show, for real. I don't even think you understand how for show, for real I am. That sentence didn't even come out.
What did they even? What'd you even say?
I have a confession.
Go for it. What are you confessing, right?
So remember last show when I sprayed my microphones with Lysol?
Yeah.
It might have messed that one up.
That makes sense. You're not supposed to put liquid on electronics, but I get it.
Well, I know that, but at the time I didn't think. Dude. Let me talk to that. Hello. Yeah, I screwed this one up. Damn, y'all, I'm gonna have to. Hold on. I refuse to believe it's screwed. Hold on. No, wait. I'm trying to listen to. Can I not take the ball off? Once upon a time, you could take the balls off, but whatever. Hello. Yeah. Hello. Damn it. This is what you call stupid tax. Because now I got to replace this son of a bitch. Damn it. Anthony, quit harassing my cat. She's rubbing all over my suitcase. The slut case. I can't call it that yet because it's not. It's not. Well, I want to be dazzling. Okay, Anthony. Okay, I can hear you now. Girl, quit rubbing on me. Why you beat her like that?
Son, what are you doing?
My headphones also probably suck. There's many factors here as to why I probably can't hear. Oh, that was perfect. Oh, now I hear how close I am to the mic. Oops. Hold on. Nope, can't do it. Oh, here we go. Oh, that was perfect. Oh, no, not anymore. Any fucking ways. Moving on. So, Anthony, how are you this evening?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm well. Just had a dope-ass interview with Donna Storey of A Natural Hair Storey. Again, y'all, please go follow her at A Natural Hair Storey on Instagram. That is the key to all of her stuff. You heard all of her social media. If you need to hear it again, please rewind this episode once it's permitted for you to do so. Other than that, go get some Waistbeads. Yeah, she dropped so many gems. This was so dope. I was so excited and happy to be able to speak with her. Yeah.
I was listening. I heard.
Oh, we got a listener. Appreciate you. You feel me? So,
some gems, some beads.
Some beads. She's dropping beads. That's good. So, what are you doing this weekend?
Getting hit by cats, but other than that, just chilling.
I feel that. She's just chilling too. Baby girl.
Moving around.
Let me turn. These headphones suck. Okay, y'all. If y'all want to donate headphones to me, you can cash at me at $ all caps Amira Avenue. I appreciate it. This will help me to get new headphones because these both have shorts in it and a new mic. Hold on. Let me see it now.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh no, this one's perfect.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what was wrong earlier? Oh, you said what?
Was the headphones?
It was probably the headphones. Damn headphones. Never mind. My. But you can still send me some cash.
Everything.
You can send me some supportive funds. You know what I'm saying? If the Amira Show, if you're getting the messages out of the Amira Show that you seek, that is what I'm here for. I'm afraid I've yelled in the mic a lot before my headphones is actually working now. So I do also apologize for that. Yes. I hope y'all are staying safe out there. I know, like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, some people or some states are lifting lockdown. I got my face mask. Anthony got his. I'm pretty sure my squad has theirs and gloves. And it's really time to suit up because everyone's about to come out of the house, including people who are possibly infected and don't even know it. So I would still say quarantine for a little bit longer, y'all. It's really no rush trying to get out there. For those who have businesses that have been shut down, I guess I just urge for you to take precautions because there's still people out here who are infected and nothing is going to really calm down for a while. So with that being said, I've been drinking wine this whole time.
Actually, it was grape juice.
It was wine.
With vodka mixed.
That's disgusting.
What if someone like try to make some homemade wine out of that?
They probably have. They probably did try.
That's what they came up with, that goofy shit.
They probably did try it, to be honest. But, ew. All right, y'all. So, usually I have my guests stay on the show a little longer, but it was so much dope vibes going on that you know how it feels right to just end it when it's time to end it. So that's what happened here. So with the last few minutes of the show, I just want to take some time to plug myself a little bit. And I also want to put out there, y'all, if you're listening, and again, no offense to y'all fellas out there. I love y'all. We need y'all. You know, I'm not saying like, oh my God, we need you, but we need y'all. So I'm not discrediting that. There's plenty of platforms for you. This platform is for who I am, what I identify with. So, yes, Keaton, you have something to say? Give him the mic. Oh, now you ain't got nothing to say? Oh, okay. That's Keaton on the mic.
Here.
That's
quarantine,
my son.
quarantine.
Quarantine radio. Quarantine. Oh, I heard him purr in the mic. Oh, wow. He's purring in the mic. It's so cute. Anyways, that's my son. Y'all know him. Y'all seen him from Instagram. Anyways. Wow, he's really purring in the mic. Why you got to wipe Anthony wiping him with the mic?
I put it right here so you can hear him. You know his whole body vibrates and whatnot.
This is true. So, anyways, attention all my ladies and those who identify with the LGBT plus community. Send me stuff. I've been posting lately about people to send me stuff. Send me some stuff. Music, artwork, business details. And I'm not saying like free handouts or anything. Send me information. If you just dropped a song, send that to me so I can help, support you and get that out there. Products. I've already made a few purchases. I can't wait to get them and flaunt them on Instagram. It's been made apparent to me that during these hard times, like, this is the example of us having to support ourselves and each other more and more. And I feel bad and sorry that I wasn't so forward with it before. But I guess things happen to where we have to realize some stuff. So now I am, and I've always understood the importance of supporting one another, but I really am. I'm in a good, decent position financially and with the show where, don't take that the wrong way, y'all. I'm so broke as fuck.
Let me get a.
Nah, I'm still broke as fuck. But I can sacrifice. It's not even sacrificing. It's I would consider it. I would consider it, as what Donna said earlier, a transaction of energy. But like I said, send me some stuff. DM me, email me. Again, not looking just for handouts. Well, not just for handouts. Of course, you can just send me some shit. You know, I'm going to take it and I'm going to make it look good as hell on social media. But send me some shit. I want to support y'all. You know, y'all use me. I would really like for y'all to use me and my platform for you, because that's what I'm also here for. I'm not just here for me. I'm here for all of us. So make sure you do that. I'll be posting every week to remind y'all. Send me some shit, you know, whatever it is I need to. Be on the lookout for that. You can find me and those posts and the DM box on Instagram at the One Amira Show, because it is the only one that matters. One more time for the people in the back, at the One Amira Show, because it's the only one that matters. You can also find more content on www.theamirashow.com. On there you can find photo galleries, articles, another snippet of twerk time, my YouTube, all that shit. Go to theamirashow.com for more content and all of that good stuff. And you can contact me and email me and stuff. Anthony. I didn't introduce Anthony being on the show because that's just how, like, he slides into shit.
Sub, you know what I'm saying?
You was just here, so I had to put you on the mic.
You know how, like, the starting lineup gets introduced, but they don't introduce the sub because he just comes in. So that's me right now.
Anthony is not a substitute, considering I had no one here to begin with.
But the phone call was the starting lineup.
That definitely was.
So that's it. I'm just here filling in to the end of the game. I'm a scrub.
You're here entertaining me because it was just going to be me talking to the listeners all by myself, and that's boring. They don't want to listen to Amira.
I was listening. So he was talking to me.
That's different. I was talking to someone. And even if it's just me and you, I'm talking to you, right?
Okay, yes, correct.
Can you tell people where to find you?
I am behind you right now. Slightly to the left. With a cat.
Two cats.
Two cats.
You're surrounded.
I'm surrounded.
My son is taking a nap on my heavy bag. Oh,
there's a heavy
so
bag
cute.
behind me as well.
It's my baby boy. I'm taking a picture of him.
You can find me on Instagram too, I guess. That's all. I'm just playing. That's really my Instagram is IONO_IGUESS.
So that is where you can
I am a person.
An annoying person.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, I'm trying to get a picture of my son. Excuse me. Oh, there's my baby boy. Okay, with that being said, make sure you go follow Anthony. Anthony, thank you so much for joining me for these last few minutes of the show. I appreciate you. To death.
Yeah, because if I didn't come in, we have to forfeit. So, you know.
Okay, so anyways, I cannot wait until I see my squad. There are some aspects, of course, that I missed being in quarantine and squadron. I just want y'all to know I love y'all. I think about y'all all the time, and your presence has been requested by the wonderful Donna Storey. So next time we have her on the show, I need to make sure you all are with me because we about to fucking turn up. Also, be prepared for a drive to Baltimore because we about to fucking turn up. So with that being said, I thank y'all so much for tuning into the Amira Show. Next show will be next Friday, so I will be speaking with y'all then. I believe I'll only be having one guest. That will be Carmen Mitchell for the monthly checkup. Get prepped. So y'all tune in for that, of course. Definitely tune in for your public health updates, the tea, all that sorts of stuff. Very educational. I absolutely love having her on the show. Oh my goodness, I learned so much, and also I learned how academic thinks because she's an academic. If you don't quit rubbing these cats with these microphones, sorry, she's just not purring right now, so there was no point. So. Oh,
I wasn't actually using
I hope she wouldn't do that. You wouldn't step on my laptop, girl.
Check the camera footage.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much again for tuning in. I will see y'all on the gram and anywhere else you request my presence. All right. With that being said, it's all love. Anthony, tell them bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.